Welcome back to Frag. Today we've got some new fragrances to try out, some new fragrances in to review, and some hot fragrance topics to talk about. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, we're gonna kick this off with a review of Givenchy Gentleman EDP Boisee. Another great example of me not knowing how to pronounce a fragrance, but trying to review it anyways. I wore this fragrance in Chicago for my girlfriend's birthday a couple weekends ago, and honestly, I really fell in love with it. I really enjoyed it. I was reaching for it the entire time I was there. I had packed up like 5 or 6 different fragrances that I was sampling, and I continued to reach for this, not only because I loved it so much, but also because it doesn't really last that long, unfortunately. I would describe this fragrance as the perfect blend of woody and iris. This iris is actually floral and beautiful. It's not like the Dior Homme Intense. It's kind of lipsticky that kind of smells like magazine paper. This is just a beautiful floral iris that's not too sharp to me. It's perfectly balanced. It's classy. It's gentlemanly. I would wear this to date nights. I'd wear this out to dinner. Like I said, I was wearing this out to dinner on my girlfriend's birthday. We were going to nice steakhouses. We were enjoying ourselves, doing some, fine dining and whatnot. I was reaching for this every single time. I absolutely love this stuff, especially now that it's getting a little bit colder outside. Man, I think this is a freaking, I don't want to say masterpiece because I use that word a lot, but this stuff is incredible. The biggest drawback here is the performance. I would say I wasn't really able to detect it after that 2 to 3 hour mark. I mean, those first 30 minutes were great, in terms of performance. The first 30 minutes are fantastic, but I definitely found myself kind of searching for it after even the 2 to 3 hour mark. So this is one that I would have to continue to reapply. That's why I was glad that I had my decant from Luxe Gentleman Society. Code FRAGYAP10, get 10% off your order. I would easily own a full-size bottle of this. It's honestly not that expensive for the price point, and I just think it's fantastic. We've got the newest full-size bottle added to the collection. This is Parfums de Marly Haltane. Parfums de Marly to me is easily becoming my favorite niche brand. They don't make a single scent that I dislike, okay? Of all the ones that I've tried, some of them are more for me than others, and that's kind of the route I've gone in terms of buying them. But I've yet to come across one and just be like, wow, I really dislike that. That is completely not for me at all. I like everything they make. Haltane for me is just, oh my God, that atomizer is incredible. Oh my God, I literally can't stop smelling this ever since I got this box in. It's a beautiful, approachable oud fragrance with some saffron. Don't get caught up hearing that, oh, it's an oud fragrance, it's going to smell dirty and animalic. No, not at all. This honestly smells like a beautiful, rich pine tree that was just cut down for Christmas. It's not so Christmassy that you would really only wear this in like November, December. I would wear this year round. To me, it is a gorgeous saffron and pine type of scent for me. It's sharp, it's complex, it's rich, it's gorgeous. Very masculine, absolutely beautiful. I think this is my favorite Parfums de Marly, at least right now. This was next on the list for me to get a full-size bottle of for a damn good reason. I honestly went with this full-size bottle over Layton. It was a close call, but to me, Haltane takes the cake as my favorite PDM right now. And there's no disappointment when it comes to the performance either. This stuff is easily lasting all day, 7-8 hours. Honestly, I lose track of it. I'm smelling it all day. It lasts all day on skin. It lasts all day on clothes. It's everything you want out of a niche fragrance. It's rich, it's beautiful, it's approachable. It's not too wild in terms of scent profile. Like, it's still really easy to love and like. And because it's so damn strong and really lasts, this is going to be a staple in the cold weather. I love it, and I'm so glad to have this in my collection. Parfums de Marly Haltane. This is Mancera Jasmin Exclusif Eau de Parfum. Shout out to Fragrance Lord. Thank you for throwing this little sample in my package. We're going to give it a blind test here. Mancera's been a brand that's honestly been more misses than hits for me. They've got some stuff I think is good, but I've yet to find one that I was really in love with. So let's see if this is the one. Jasmin Exclusif. It's gorgeous. Wow. Okay. Wow. This really, it's a beautiful, fresh, almost grassy type of jasmine. This smells like very organic. It smells very, I don't want to say earthy, but definitely like a kind of grassy and, very floral. There's got to be some other floral notes mixed in here. I'm really impressed with this one. Honestly, of all the Mancera fragrances I've tried, This has been my favorite one. I feel like this may be better suited for the ladies, but honestly, I think this could go unisex. I wouldn't mind wearing this at all, honestly. Yeah, I might have to buy this for my lady. This is pretty good. No idea about performance because I just got this in, but I'll definitely be giving this away and talking more about this on the channel. Let's get into some hot topics and discussion points that I wanted to bring up on this channel. Number one, are dupes stealing? I'm going to say no. Now, let's not get dupes confused with fraudulent products, okay? If you have a fragrance that's a fake, it's literally something trying to impersonate another fragrance, a fake bottle, like trying to actually present as something else, that obviously is stealing. And that obviously, I mean, to me, you could even go as far as to say that they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But I'm talking about the dupe brands, Armaf, Afnan, French Avenue, these brands that are just making fragrances that are inspired by popular niche and designer fragrances. Are they stealing? If you put aside the fragrance nature and you apply this to any other type of commercial scent-related product, the argument would not stand. If Bath & Body Works makes a beautiful pumpkin spice candle for the holidays, should no other candle brand be allowed to do a pumpkin spice? Like, of course not. This makes no sense, and only in the fragrance world do people make it out to be like dupes and knockoff, I don't want to say knockoff products, but inspired by products are seen as stealing. Like, in no other world do you see that. So no, I don't think they're stealing, because I think if they actually were stealing, if they were actually able to replicate that scent to such a large degree, then why would any of these designer or niche brands still be in business? Like, obviously there's something there that's compelling people to still buy the original product. You know, they still are around for a reason. Do you have fragrance addiction? Hell yeah, I've got fragrance addiction. I mean, it's consumerism. I mean, but honestly, what is so bad about it? What would you prefer that I do with my money? Just stack it on top of itself in my bank account? Like, you know, who are you to tell me what to do with my own money? Like, are you my financial advisor? Do you know my financial outlook right now to be able to tell me that I shouldn't be spending money on these things that I enjoy and love? Dude, shut the fuck up. If somebody spends $10,000 on golf clubs and goes and plays golf every weekend, are they golf addicted? Do they need some type of rehabilitation? No, it's a hobby, okay? Collecting is a hobby. Enjoying fragrances and enjoying scents is a hobby. Yes, there's a financial cost and element to it, just like any other hobby out there, but only in this type of world, you know, do we shame one another because people are enjoying something. What would you prefer? That whole argument just irks me. Are niche fragrances actually better than designer fragrances? I'm gonna say yes. In my experience, niche fragrances, for the most part, not every single brand, but overwhelmingly, they usually are the ones where you're gonna find the beast modes. You're gonna find fantastic performance, fantastic longevity. The quality of ingredients usually are absolutely there, especially some of these like really popular brands like Parfums de Marly. Go and give them a smell. Like, to me, even if you're a beginner and you're new to this, you can go on, you can tell immediately, like, the quality of ingredients, like, it's beautiful. Now, is the average person, when they smell you, are they gonna notice? Probably not, but it's for you, it's for the enthusiast. Do you feel like your money is well spent on getting a higher quality product? If so, dude, niche, to me, it's the best, and people are so into it and spend the amount of money that they do on them for a reason. There's nothing wrong with a designer fragrance, though. There's plenty of absolutely fantastic designer fragrances out there. There's plenty that I own that I absolutely love that will always be in my collection. But, you know, in my mind, once you've tried enough stuff, niche is the way to go. What's the most overrated fragrance of the last year? It has to be Cod Lodge Island. Everyone and their mother was hyping this fragrance up on TikTok. I'm telling you, every other video on my feed was Cod Lodge Island, and now it's Cod Lodge Dreams. And I'm not buying it. You know why? Because Cod Lodge Island was just synthetic and sticky. There was no high quality ingredient nature to it. It didn't last. It honestly smelled so cheap, and I was sold by the bottle. The bottle was beautiful. I liked the way the bottle looked. I liked the way it looked in the collection. So the bottle is what sold me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of scent profile, it just wasn't doing it for me. I would stay away from that brand altogether. That's just my opinion. Is wearing fragrance to the gym weird? I don't think it's weird, but like, don't be an asshole about it. Don't wear your oud beast mode fragrances to the gym. Like, wear something light, wear something fresh, wear something that honestly, like, you know, doesn't have a great performance. Like, use your cheap freshies at the gym. Don't go into the gym busting out the seams. You're just like those people that like try to approach and hit on people when you're at the gym. It's not appropriate. It's annoying. What is the most offensive note in perfumery? Okay, in my opinion, it's going to be oud, patchouli, iris, and musk. And it's pretty much in that order, okay? You can find some animalic strong oud fragrances that, I mean, they are challenging to wear. They're honestly, in my opinion, I don't own them because there's just not that many times where I find them to be appropriate to wear. Next being patchouli, okay? Patchouli I'm very hit or miss on. You can get that synthetic patchouli in some of these designer fragrance releases, YSL Myself, Jimmy Choo Man, Hawas the original. To me, I don't like it. I think that synthetic patchouli is terrible, but then sometimes you can get a really beautiful earthy patchouli such as YSL Tuxedo. So to me, it's kind of hit or miss. That's just a personal thing. Iris is another one. It can be done in a really beautiful floral way, but also it can be really, really sharp. And to me, like a lot of fragrances, especially like you get into the Dior Homme, it can be like lipsticky. It can smell like magazine paper and just be really, really sharp to the nose. And the last is musk. I mean, to me, musk can be kind of stinky in a little bit. I mean, hence the name, but there are times where like musk complements fragrances beautifully. So again, all these fragrances, like none of them are bad, none of them are deal breakers to me, but you just got to find the right ones for you. Are fresh fragrances boring? I don't think so. I love like a cheapy blue fragrance, especially if I can find one at a really good price. Versace Dylan Blue, no one talks about it. It's $40, and I think the scent profile on it is better than, I won't say YSL Y, but I will say Dior Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel. I think Versace Dylan Blue clears both of those, in my opinion, and it's only $40, and there's nothing boring about just a good, clean freshie. I don't always want to smell like this busting, challenging fragrance all the time. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. If I'm out of the shower, if I had a long day and I just want to lay down and go to sleep and relax, sometimes I just want something light, something easy. I want a Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. I want something like that, like that's just light and fresh and just uplifting. Freshies are not boring. Are beast mode scents trashy? They can be. I would not wear Oud Maracuja to church. That is not Christ-like. Go easy on it, okay? You know, there are times and places for it all. You're in the club, it's body to body, it's hot and sweaty. You want to wear something a little heavy to stand out and make sure that you're smelled, you're heard. Yeah, go crazy, whatever. Dior Sauvage, do it. But there's been times where I've been in my boss's office to talk to him, and he's just been like, dude, like you put on way too much cologne today. And like, I feel embarrassed about it. So of course there's time, like it's just too much sometimes. With the heavier fragrances, sometimes you just gotta go light with the sprays. You just gotta find the balance. Are Creed fragrances overpriced? In a lot of circumstances, I think so. Especially when you consider that there are so many good dupes and inspired by fragrances of the Creed, like Creed Aventus. To me, there's no reason to own it. There's so many good dupes at a fraction of the price. Absolute Aventus, fantastic fragrance, but why would you pay $500 for it? You can get the Afnan dupe of it. It's like $35 online. They do have a couple fragrances though that I will say, like, I don't think they can truly be duped or replaced. Aventus, it's been done so much, like, you let them have that one. But to me, Royal Oud and Green Irish Tweed, those two fragrances, like they cannot be duped. They cannot be cloned to me. Like those are the two Creeds that I own full-size bottles of. I love both of them. I don't regret my purchase. Yes, it was a little pricey, but honestly, like those are my ones. Like those are the ones for me. In addition, I think just the performance just being an obvious one. Everyone complains about Creed performances. Oh, man, nah. Not those Creed performances. I'm talking about like longevity, sillage, like lasting 4 hours. We've all heard the complaints, and they're fair. What do you think about overspraying? I mean, as a concept, like sometimes you have to do it. Other times you're an asshole. It usually depends. I would never overspray something like Haltane. Like to me, it's already a really dense, loud fragrance. Like overspraying something like that is the easiest way to get your friends to hate you. However, you have something that's a little bit weaker that sometimes you need to give it that extra push to get that sillage and longevity at the, where you want it to be. For me, Jazz Club is a great example. I go heavy with the sprays on it. I go heavy with the sprays because it doesn't last. And, outside those first 10 minutes, like it starts to die down quickly. So you got to hit the close. You got to hit 3 or 4 extra sprays everywhere. Like that's just what you got to do. Are decants a waste of money? Me personally, I think they can be, depending on how crazy you go. If you end up just buying way too many decants and no full-size bottles, eventually you're going to realize that you're hundreds of dollars in the hole. You don't have a collection. You just have a bunch of cluttered, tiny little sample bottles that you're probably not going to use that much anyways. So to me, if you're going to get decants, I always prefer to go 2 milliliter. Okay, you get enough for a couple of wears. You get to see what the fragrance is all about. That's all you really need. You can usually tell by that point whether or not you're going to be willing to buy a full-size full-size bottle or not. So just go with the small decants, try not to buy too many of them, and be just as selective with the decants as you are with the full-size bottles, because they can pile up in the same way that you can end up buying too many full-size bottles. So you got to be careful. Smelling like everyone else. Okay, this is something that if you ever go shopping to like a Neiman Marcus and you talk to like a fragrance sales rep, they're going to offer you some expensive niche fragrance and they're going to say, oh, like this is something you could do so you're not smelling like everyone else. Who the f has an index on how everyone is smelling? Okay, if I pass by someone, I think they smell nice, I just think, oh, they smell nice. I don't have this index of like, oh, this person smelled like this and this person also had a very similar smell, but this one maybe had more of a bergamot. I'm not doing that. No one in their fucking right mind is doing that. Wear what you want, wear what you like. That's all there is to it. If you like it, if you enjoy wearing it, then go for it. Okay, don't worry about what everyone else is smelling like or what other people think. Like, it's not for them, it's for you. It's your money that you're spending. This is your collection, this is your enjoyment, this is your hobby. That's all it should be about. Okay, don't listen to that shit. Is the fragrance community toxic? I mean, I think it can be. I mean, I see some like toxic TikTok comments from time to time, and I know that Reddit can get like that, but I think that's just like the nature of those platforms. In my experience, the fragrance community is the best online community that I've ever been a part of in my entire life. I spend most of my time in Facebook trading groups, and a lot of times the trading groups turn into discussion pages with people just posting their scents of the day and the different fragrances that they're layering together and sharing opinions and thoughts. And like a lot of people have built relationships with one another that, it's truly transcended, the way that I look at this hobby. And I would even say that it's a big reason why I think I've spent so much money exploring this hobby, is because I feel connected to people through this hobby. And I love being able to share opinions and ideas and, just my experience with it. So to me, the fragrance community is amazing. I have nothing bad to say. I fucking love it. It's the reason why I have this channel, honestly. What do you say to people who hate on your fragrance channel? I say the same thing to people who tell me in real life that they think it's weird that I collect fragrances. Fuck you. There's nothing really to say to those people. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Like, I don't take that personally. There's plenty of YouTube channels and TikTok accounts that I don't follow because it's just not for me. It doesn't mean I have a personal vendetta against them. Different strokes for different folks. I get it. How do I get my fragrance to perform better? I'm gonna show you, okay? You paying attention? Oh, that's that bergamot. Shout out to Overspray J, you're the guy, man. Are discontinued fragrances worth chasing? I don't think so. Personally, to me, a lot of times they really don't smell that different. They may have that increased longevity that a lot of people claim to be, but like, is it really worth going and trying to spend $1,600 for a discontinued Louis Vuitton fragrance, for going to try to spend $900 on a discontinued Creed fragrance? I don't think it's worth it, especially because you're starting to see some of these clone houses come out with versions of discontinued fragrances. A lot of people have a lot to say about it. I think it's fair, but in my opinion, it's just not worth chasing. Have you ever felt embarrassed to wear a dupe? No, but I have felt embarrassed to wear a highly expensive fragrance and nobody notice it or say anything to me. Like, that to me is more embarrassing, okay? If I wear a dupe and get a compliment, to me, I feel like I won one over, like I got one over on the game in a type of way. But when I shell out big money for a full-size bottle of something that I really, really love and pay $250 for it, and someone smells it and goes, that's all right. That hurts me. I know it's about me. It's all about, do I love it? That's what it's about. I know, but just, come on. It hurts. Should you skip hyped releases until they start to dip in price? Abso-fucking-lutely. This is 100% what you should do. When new fragrances come out, usually the brands are going to pay a bunch of content creators to really push the fragrance and try to get it to sell as much as they can at that full price. And then as the hype starts to die down after a couple of months, you usually see the price start to go down. So, especially the dupes, they'll usually come out in that $60, $70 price range. And then within a few months, they're down to $30, $40 for a bottle. And to me, more time allows you to find more authentic reviews as compared to the people that are just getting sent free bottles in order to shill a fragrance. Patience pays. You never regret waiting, in my opinion. How do you sample so many different fragrances? Well, honestly, decants is the way to go. If you're not trying to buy a full-size bottle and you just want to get some travel sprays, either to take with you on the road or to explore the new fragrance releases, decants are always the move. And if you're interested in picking up some decants, head over to Luxe Gentleman Society. This site is run by my buddy Jerry. He is a great dude. He has great prices, and you can use the code FRAGYAP10 to get 10% off your order at Luxe Gentleman Society. I actually did an interview with Jerry here to explore more about the business side of being a fragrance decanter. If you're interested in that video, I'll link it up top. But definitely go check that out. If you've made it all the way through this video, I highly appreciate it, and I would encourage you to subscribe, like the video, all that fun stuff, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Hope to see you in the very next video. Peace.